Good evening, Noswaith. An allegation of sexual abuse against a priest who went on to become the Bishop of Swansea and Brecon appears to have been known about by senior Church in Wales figures 17 years before it was passed to police. Anthony Pearce's alleged victim was believed to have been under 18 at the time, but he died when the church contacted the police in 2010. This meant the allegation of sexual assault couldn't be investigated and only emerged when Pearce admitted 5 counts of indecent assault on a child in another case. The church has launched an independent review into its handling of the allegation, as Amelia Belly reports.
As Bishop of Swansea and Brecon, Anthony Pearce was one of the most powerful figures in the Church in Wales, responsible for representing the diocese, like on this royal visit in 2002. But earlier this month, he was convicted of 5 counts of indecent assault on a male child under the age of 16 between 1985 and 1990, while a parish priest at West Cross in Mumbles. The conviction brought to light another report of an alleged victim, believed to be under 18. In this official document, the Church in Wales says that it's investigating evidence that appears to show that senior figures in the church knew about a further sexual assault allegation made in 1993, but that was not passed on to the police until 2010. Now, BBC Wales has learned that the reason that investigation wasn't progressed is because South Wales Police says by that time the alleged victim had already died. During the years after the allegation appears to have been made, Pearce was promoted. He served as the Bishop of Swansea and Brecon for 9 years, retiring in 2008. The document then says that from 2009 to 2010, there was a historic cases review. The allegation was passed to the authorities and Pearce's permission to officiate was removed. But it was restored in 2011 and he was then able to officiate until 2016. The church has announced an external 3-month review is already underway, focusing on how the allegation was handled and what can be learned from it. But some experts have called for a wider inquiry.
The Church in Wales has selected its own reviewer. It has restricted the dates or the years that can be examined. It's excluded the most recent conviction. It really doesn't measure up as being objective or transparent or independent.
Rebecca Sheriff has represented clients against the Church in Wales over former Swansea vicar and paedophile Stephen Brooks. She says this could be the tip of the iceberg.
I think it is very obvious here that in fact he wasn't punished, he was promoted. And actually that has wider consequences. So I think it is well and truly time that the Church in Wales opens up and allows an fully investigation to take place across the whole organisation rather than just in relation to this specific case.
The Church in Wales says the person appointed to lead the review is independent, that the review can be extended and that they're not limiting themselves to one investigation. A church spokesperson added that they're encouraging anyone with concerns to come forward and that if failures are found, they intend to take responsibility and apply any lessons learned. The Children's Commissioner for Wales says the case shows the need for the Welsh Government to establish an independent child protection authority.
I think the fact that there is currently no independent oversight of the safeguarding arrangements of religious institutions is a significant gap and a significant concern. We can't let organisations be marking their own homework. That system needs to be joined up so that we can really learn lessons and make sure that those lessons are being implemented.
In response, the Welsh Government said it was continuing to review and strengthen safeguarding systems. Meanwhile, Anthony Pearce is due to be sentenced for the crimes he was convicted of next Friday.
Well, Amelia is with me in the studio. Amelia, where does that leave this case?
Well, as we said, Anthony Pearce will be sentenced at Swansea Crown Court for those 5 offences that he committed between 1985 and 1990. But at the heart of this review is an alleged victim who passed away before this separate complaint was passed to the police. And so the experts I spoke to pointed out that if there was an assault, and as the alleged victim in this case has died, they never experienced justice. And meanwhile, in those 17 years until it was passed to the authorities, as we said, Pearce was not only promoted to a position of power,
He was honoured by being made a Commander of the Order of St John for showing exceptional charitable service in hospital settings and to those in need. And in the year after the police were notified, he was recognised by Swansea University, who gave him an honorary fellowship. Now, the Order of St John have confirmed that he's no longer a member, and Swansea University have told us that they are reviewing that fellowship. And around a month after he's sentenced, the Church is launching a disciplinary tribunal. The current Bishop of Swansea and Brecon has called for Anthony Pierce to be deposed from holy orders, and that is the most severe sanction available. But until the report's published, key questions do still remain. Who those senior figures in the Church were and why this complaint was never passed on.
OK, Millie, thank you. Amelia Belly there. And if you've been affected by the issues raised in this story, details of help and support are available on the BBC Action Line website, or you can call for free at any time to hear recorded information on 0800 077 077.